For my money, it is super, ultra, mega, super, fabulous, beyondably, omnifabulously, hyper, extra, cosmical, spectacular, unimaginablistically, ultra, mega, cosmonificentiously, egregious, dapicaginous, lamentable, lacrimogenic, lugubrious.
Are we still together?
We are very together. It is, the heartbreak is what is bringing this.
Welcome to Time Theft. Men who feel like their years were stolen.
This confession is emotional. And believe me, the comment section is going to be violent.
I'm your host, Dami Oshodi.
And I am Remy Jalao Show.
And joining us today, we have Mr. Mustafa Lawal, aka Pritikoto Jebota. He is a comedy actor, grammarian, diction consultant, and proofreader. His signature comedic character is Professor Grammar Foneguru. One of his admirable quotes is "Talk posh and don't talk tosh."
Tosh.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. You're welcome.
Much appreciated. Absolutely. Talk posh and do not talk tosh.
Amazing.
Britico jabatter. That is the right pronunciation.
Butter.
Britico jabatter.
Everybody's
Jebota.
learning English today on today's
Episode. It's going to be an interesting one.
Amazing.
Let's get into it.
Drum rolls, please. Our first confession on tonight's episode. I raised another man's children. I've been married for 11 years, 2 kids, a life I thought was solid. I'm dark in complexion, my wife is also dark, just a bit lighter than me, but my kids, very fair. I never questioned it too deeply because people would say genetic is funny, or maybe it's from our side. And I didn't want to be that suspicious husband that turns everything into cheating. But last year, something happened that shook me. I argued with my friend, nothing deep. Then out of anger, he went low. He said, "Are you even a man?" And pointed at my kids like they were exhibits. "Why don't they look like you?" People laughed. That laughter, it wasn't just embarrassment. It felt like my whole identity got dragged outside. I tried to laugh it off, but the words entered my head. It became a voice. For weeks, I battled it. Some days, I would look at my kids and feel guilty because those are my children. I have loved them from birth. Other days, the doubt would rise and I would hate myself for even thinking it. 2 months later, behind my wife's back, I did a DNA test. I told myself it would clear my mind. Then I could move on like nothing happened. The results came back, not mine. My body went cold. I thought it was a mistake. I did it again somewhere else. Same result. That night, I sat in my chair almost an hour before entering the house. Because you can't unknow. Because once you know, you can't unknow. And I didn't even know how to look at my wife again. I confronted her. She denied at first. Then I showed her the result. She went quiet. Not crying, not begging. Just quiet like someone who had prepared for this day. She finally admitted she has a lover. A man she loved before she met me. She said she couldn't marry him because it wasn't financially stable and her family didn't support it. She said she chose me because I was stable, but she never fully let him go. And she said the children are his. 11 years, 2 children, school fees, hospital bills, birthdays, Christmas, naming ceremony, introduction, family picture, everything. That's why I called it time theft. Because it's not just betrayal. It's stolen years of love. I gave my full heart. Now I'm angry. I want to sue her for fraud and damages. But then I look at these kids and my heart splits. Because they call me daddy. I'm the only father they know. I don't even know what I'm asking you. I just know I'm shattered. How do you recover from something like this? Over to you.
This is a very emotional one.
Ooh.
Absolutely, it is. Goodness gracious.
And I can feel his pain. Being married to somebody for 11 years and you realize your children are not yours.
This is rage and grief at the same time. It's like you got your life edited behind your back.
For my money, it is super, ultra, mega, super, fabulous, beyondably, omnifabulously, hyper, extra, cosmical, spectacular, imaginablistically, ultra, mega, cosmonificentiously, egregious, dapicaginous, lamentable, lacrimogenic, lugubrious.
Are we still together?
We are very together. It is, the heartbreak is what is bringing this. It is very deep a pain for a man.
Exactly. We can see that he feels it quite deeply.
It is very bad.
So what do you think this poster should do?
First, I believe the person needs to actually talk to himself that what actually went wrong. How did I get into that kind of relationship? Because that is very important. If you want to solve a problem, you need to know what exactly you're solving and why are you solving it and what led you to solving the problem. So the person needs to ask himself, how did I get into that kind of relationship, which is not benefic, which is useless, yes, which is ocious, it has no value. And the person needs to also try to maybe go for a kind of checkup, like exactly, because it's very painful, extremely painful, excruciatingly painful.
Indeed, indeed.
Honestly, it's beyond painful. That's another 11 years
11
invested
years. Oh my
in
God.
kids that are supposed to be his. Because these people are lawfully binded. They are married.
Exactly.
And then this woman went out there to cheat. She did not only go out to cheat, she came back with receipts.
Exactly.
She came back with receipts twice.
Oh my God.
You didn't go once. Let's say, the first child, mistake.
Exactly.
You kept on going.
I feel like this was it was premeditated. If I just say so
course.
myself, I
Yeah.
feel it was premeditated. Like she said, she wasn't there because she loved him. She was there for stability. That was the only thing she could get out of him, right? And I think that's a very selfish move. If you believe that this other person, she said her family did not agree to the other person.
The other person.
Right, your family is not the one in the marriage with you, and doing this is so selfish. It's barbaric, even paternity fraud. Why?
Because you now dragged an innocent man who has loved you unconditionally.
Exactly.
And loved the children unconditionally.
Conditionally.
And into this. And it's painful because now these kids are innocent kids. They're not the one that asked their mother to do this.
Exactly.
And they will have to suffer.
Exactly.
Because for some, the fatherly love will be withdrawn.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or do you think he should continue, loving them, caring for them as a father?
Why? I will limit that. It's not useful. First, as I said, the person needs to ask himself, how did I get into this situation? And also, if I'm to look at it critically, as a loving father, he shouldn't stop showing care. That's not in that relationship. Because I have to be honest with you. Not all children that were raised by you.
Will take care of
Be
you.
yours,
Absolutely. So you might take care of some children and you might not benefit from them. And you might take care of some children and you benefit from them. So the man should see it as that is what God has destined. And he shouldn't feel that bad and try to make those children feel that kind of pain. The man should look at it that, okay, this is what God wants. But at the same time, should always be careful and try to really know why the woman did that. And you should be careful because once bitten, twice
Twice
Why
shy.
it's already the twice shy is already there. Because
Exactly.
you do one, you do second one.
I do have a question. Though. I
He
have a
should
question
divorce
for
her
you.
now.
I was going to even get there. Like, do you think he should deserve the marriage? Like, what's the essence of staying there? Do you also think this man should deserve the marriage? What do you think?
It is animalistic. Yes, it is aberrational. Why would you tell me that these children are mine and in truth or in veracity, they are not mine. Time wasted, emotional support wasted, financial support, psychological support, moral support, and the like. It is more than painful. And that was why I said the other time, and I have to say this again, it is infinite, super, ultra, mega, supra, fabulous, beyondably, omnifabulously, hyper, extra, cosmical, spectacular, unimaginablistically, ultra, mega, cosmonific, sensuously, double-caginous, excruciating, lamentable, lugubrious. Adios me, oh my dear, subhanallah, goodness gracious, goodness.
It is everything that you have said, because paternity fraud cannot be compared to cheating. They are both bad, but paternity fraud is the highest. It's the height
It's
of
the
it.
pinnacle, the
Yes.
acme, the zenith.
And I feel like there should be a law that punishes for that.
I agree, I support,
I agree.
I concur.
Another question I would like to ask you is that do you think that these children should be informed at this stage?
To be honest with you, getting much more informed is much better than getting not informed because it has consequences. Because the mother can tell the children later on that your father didn't do well, he just abandoned me, he's not a responsible father. And I think that is why the children need to be told by the father. The father should step in and carry the responsibility as not a father, but a hidden father.
Exactly.
It's
like-
going to be traumatic for the children,
It
but
is,
they
and
should
they are
know.
very young.
They're young.
So,
but
do you think it's better they know at this their young age, or should they grow a little?
Honestly, it
for them
is-
to get grasp it, you know.
honestly, it's better to be said, because the truth is, the marriage is already broken.
Yes.
And just in case, like he said, in case the mother goes to say, "Oh, your father abandoned you," no, they can understand the gravity of the exact thing their mother did, and they can exonerate their father.
Exactly.
That's the
Or the father dies or flatlines or buys the farm. So who's going to tell the
Yeah.
story? Who's
But
going to speak the
do you
truth?
think it's going to breed hatred from the children to their mom? Like, oh, you did this, like, you know, this
And-
is who we've known.
absolutely
Absolutely,
Yeah.
an evil person shouldn't be
Covered,
appreciated.
definitely.
Be spared. Yes.
That's
evil
oh my
person.
god, that's the height of it.
Because she could have
Paternity
thought
fraud.
of the consequences of everything that she did. She should have thought of the consequences before she engaged in it.
Yeah, and she knew what she was doing. That remains the point, that she knew exactly what she was doing.
I also want the man to sue her. He said he wants
agree.
to sue her. I actually
I agree.
think that he should, because the other father that is in hiding, the lover that is in hiding, should come and pay the damages. He should compensate him for what he has done so far.
But
in caring for
suing
his
her, do you
children.
think it would, you know, create like a prolonged, you know, trauma? You know, he's trying to get out of this, you know, he has lost resources and whatnot. Do you think he should just move on, you know, start from scratch, and, you know, than him going back and merry-go-rounding the situation?
I think he needs time to think about it and also to get himself back.
Back.
Because it's very important. Because going on to see someone is another activity, it's another
Exactly.
thing entirely.
Entirely.
If
Yeah.
you're not
Right?
psychologically
Prepared,
stable,
yeah.
mentally stable, physically stable, you might not get what you want, so you might not achieve success. The best is the man needs to calm, the man needs to reevaluate himself and needs to do what has to be done, because his health is much more important. What happens if he dies like that? Then he won't be able to do that. So let him just agree that it has happened, it has happened. But what is the solution? What is the next thing? Because you can't allow what happened not to happen. It has happened. That is past, not present. So the man needs to do what is going to make him much more useful in society. Yes, because that could affect the man's career. Because it's a waste of time. A man getting excited for going to work. Okay, when I get to work, because I have to do what I have to do, and
my
because my
family.
children,
family.
Exactly.
because
And
I'm
then
doing
the
this for
family
my
is not-
children, even though the man might not like the profession or might not like the
Yes.
work, or the man wasn't feeling well, but the man had to do it because I don't want my children to suffer. I have to do it, not knowing that the man was actually
It was pouring water in a basket.
yes,
Basically, basically. But big shout out to men that actually do the most for their family. We see you. We see you. The great man out there. We should appreciate them because it's
You're
not
loved
easy.
and
Having to go through
appreciated.
this as a man. You can't even say you want to cry. You can't even express yourself. And the annoying part is that majority of people around you would have noticed. Like, look at this.
Oh, they obviously
They
did.
would have
They were the
noticed.
ones that brought it to his attention. Like they said
It
it
was
to his
like,
face.
oh, you're the one in the dark. Oh, these children are not for you.
Which means whispers might have been going on. They would have been saying,
Exactly.
yeah, but
11 years. Oh my God.
he chose to trust her. He chose not to think in that direction because evidence were pointing. They were clear.
Mama, do you know that there are also cases like prolonged years? I'm talking 30, 40 years. This old paternity fraud, especially in Nigeria, in Africa.
I have a story like that. It's just not mine to share. In my family, for 18 years, yeah,
18 years.
18 years.
That's almost
It was
2
tied down
decades.
with that pregnancy and that child, and they had more children. But you see, that one that changed their life is not his.
Oh my God. It's a very devilish act to do that because it is. You can't tell me it's not premeditated.
It is.
There is this adage in Yoruba language that say a woman knows exactly who owns her child. You cannot say you don't know. It's not mistake. It's not. It wasn't rape.
No,
it
it wasn't.
2 adults that consented and you got pregnant twice.
Why not work for your money?
Oh my God.
Rather
Exactly.
than going depending on another man.
So I would like to ask you, if the case was reversed, I mean, the man is now the one bringing children, into the marriage. What is your stance on that?
For my money, I believe what applies to a woman should also apply to a man. Because we shouldn't be biased. We shouldn't be sentimental. So why should we accept because he's a man? No, we shouldn't accept that. Because doing that brings moral decadence in our society. And that is lugubrious.
I agree.
I agree.
So what's your final word for the poster and the viewers?
Dear men, I encourage you to be wise in your relationship. Do not allow any woman to bamboozle you, to deceive you. Be wise. Know what you're doing. It's very important because if you do not know what you're doing, you're going to reap the fruits of your labor. And the labor is not going to bring happiness. It's not going to make you feel well. It is not going to be felicitative, not felicitous, but lugubrious, excruciating, lacrimogenic, painful. May God protect you in your relationship.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that. Time theft is when you realize that your love has been used as a cover.
Stay or leave, what would you do? Let us know in the comment section. Until next time, goodbye.
Toodles.
Au revoir. Salut.
Au revoir. Yeah.